appreciate the fact that some needs that we face are greater than others, but there is one need that I would like to suggest to you, and it's really stronger than just a suggestion, but one need that I believe is indispensable. We call this one need our greatest need. And being that it is indeed the greatest need, we know for sure that only God can meet it. Paul called it, and so did Moses, he called it the grace of God. The grace of God. I think about the grace of God that was so evident in the life of the Apostle Paul, thinking about what he said in Galatians chapter number 1, 15 and 16, talking about the grace of God in his own life. He said, "But when it pleased God, who separated me from my mother's womb and called me by his grace to reveal his Son in me." I love those last words, but just to think with me about God's calling on his life. And as I was being reminded about this call of God on the life of the apostle Saul of Tarsus, who became Paul the apostle, in Acts chapter number 9, as Saul was on his way to Damascus to take Christians back for punishment back to Jerusalem, on the way to Damascus, the Lord Jesus came to him in the midday in brilliant shining like the sun, and said, "I am Jesus. I am Jesus." Now, I'm aware that he said much more than that, but I would like to especially focus on those words, "I am Jesus." And we know that he went on to say, "I am Jesus whom thou persecutest." So there was an amazing encounter between this man, Saul of Tarsus, this very high-ranked Pharisee, and the coming of Jesus, encountering him on his horse, on the horse Saul was riding, and visiting him, obviously, with mighty grace, and the purpose to reveal his Son in me. Now, later on in his life, as he wrote to the church at Corinth in Greece, he said, "But by the grace of God I am what I am."